Guys, let's talk about how to fix punishing Gray Raven. A problem that I promised my community I was going to make a video on. So, say hi to YouTube, chat. Say hi to YouTube. We're going to address this video live. And for anybody watching this on YouTube later, hey, if you want to be part of the conversation, you should come to twitch.tv/mimixels. Okay. Let's get into how do we fix punishing Gray Raven, okay? Where do we start? You know, where do we start? I think a great place to start is the lack of optimizations. Optimizations. I can't spell, but you get the idea. Okay. So we have lack of optimizations, right? What's another problem we have with the game right now? You know? Another problem I have with the game is the UI. The UI problem, right? Because we have a problem with that. Okay, I've seen Smack talk about this multiple times. I've seen Ronin. I was in your stream the other day, Ronin. Say hi to Ronin, everybody. Go check him out on twitch.tv/Ronin_style. Great content creator, by the way. He's a Coomer like me. And he was like, I was trying to direct him in the UI through chat. I was about to ring this guy up because of how bad the UI was. Right? It was bad. It was very bad. Yo, okay, what else do we have a problem with? Bugs kind of fit under optimizations, but we're gonna list bugs here anyway, right? Because the bug fix problem, there's a lot of bugs. There's a lot of bugs. So where do we start? Where do we start? How about we start with the fact, you know what? Yeah, like I said, you know, this is more of an optimization problem. Yo, chat, any other problems you think of? List them here. We'll add them and then we'll talk about them. And guys, I'm not going to talk about a problem that I don't have an idea on how to fix. So how do I think is a good way to fix punishing Gray Raven, specifically the optimizations, right? What I think, guys, is this is what we need to do. We need to, you know, story pacing. Yo, great one. Great one. Early game story. This will never be addressed, but what we need to do, right? We need to stop copying, pasting updates. Stop copying and pasting updates from the past to global. Okay? Stop it. Just stop it. Right? We do not need this. Endgame content is another great one. Yeah, we'll add that. Right? Endgame content. And I know I'm typing this on a notepad, but that's so we have a visualization, right? A visualization on how we can fix the problems in punishing Gray Raven. So, we need to stop copying and pasting the updates, right? Because this is how they do global, right? They do global so fucking dirty, chat. Because what they do is they take the updates from a year into the future and they just copy and fucking paste everything over. That includes the bugs, the fucking any glitches of any kind, that's copy and pasted, the events, the characters. Now, I'm fine with leaving the characters, right? I'm fine with that. Go ahead and leave the characters. Go ahead and leave characters and events in the patch they belong. Okay. Well, why am I saying that? Because, you know, this appeases people who don't want to just jump ahead a year and skip characters and miss characters, right? This fixes that issue. Okay, but how do you optimize the game? Well, how about copying the engine and the optimizations over from future patches over? Okay, so I want to see them copy the future optimizations from the future to now. Okay? I want them to copy that from the future till now. Right? Because, dear God, stop copying and pasting updates. And if you're going to do that, fix the goddamn glitches. For fuck's sake. Okay? This hanging update is fucking trash. The least you could have done was fix the goddamn bugs in the game. Okay? Because this game has a beautiful world. And it keeps fucking disappearing. Okay? And this goes into more. Right? This is a PC client problem. Fix the PC client. Straight up optimize this shit. Fix it. Because it's bad. Okay? The PC client for PGR is pretty ass. I'm gonna be honest. Yo, you know what? That might be too small. That might be... Yo, how that? That was a lot more zoomed in. I like that better. Yo. We'll do that. Okay. Seriously. Because that is a major problem, in my opinion. Fix the PC client. Because apparently the PC client is responsible, and it's usually just the PC client, where literally, like, the world is disappearing, okay? Like, the world, the arena that they crafted, straight up disappears. Straight up. And, Cursed Waves? Yeah, Cursed Waves is another thing. Audio bugs. Audio bugs. Why have we not fixed these? This is a well-documented case in both mobile and PC. Specifically, Cursed Waves. By the way, they haven't even addressed this in CN yet. And so what'll happen is you'll have Cursed Insight, and you'll talk to Cradle towards the end, and then you get an echo. And it lasts all the way back to the main menu. And guess what? There's no restart. Add a restart button. Add a restart button. I'm not even kidding. Add a quick reset/restart button. Okay? Fucking add something. That way you can refresh the game when it's bugged the fuck out, when the game is completely just completely unplayable. The audio's everywhere, okay? Add something that you don't have to completely back out of the game and then go back into it, okay? Because that is going to kill the game for a lot of fucking people. But all the okay, they did the fixed audio thing, but all the bugs aren't fixed on global until they're updated to the corresponding CN version where it's fixed. That's not what I heard for Cursed Waves. But if you say that, Noses, I'll take your judgment. I don't know if that's still an issue. I'm addressing global mainly right now. But thank you for coming, Noses. It helps. The login? What's wrong with the login? Tell me what's wrong with the login. It takes forever to log in. That's a server and internet problem, because I can get logged in very fast, Sakurama. To be honest, I get logged in very fast. That's more of an internet and server issue. It's not that. If I can't think of a way to fix it, I don't want to address it. For mobile players? Oh, it takes so many clicks. Okay, so I actually have this problem too. It takes forever to log in. Forever to log in. Bro, I should only have to push the button to start the game once for you to get the fucking idea to get me in the game, okay? Yeah, okay, so the lack of a confirmation ping. Specifically, lack of confirmation ping. That shit's annoying. Thank you. I hate that it has to redirect me to my browser. It does that with me too, Noses. They have personal Kuro accounts when the PC had beta, but they got rid of that. I have no idea. Okay? Like, it takes forever to log in. Fix that. That's what the players want. Okay? And so, this is just a short list so far of optimizations that the game fucking needs, right? We need these, and I'm offering suggestions on how to fix it. Okay? Now, I've heard rumors that the reason they can't shove the current CN engine, the current CN the optimizations, the UI, the bugs, or not the bugs, sorry. Well, yeah, they're going to shove those in too because they copy and paste updates. But they can't shove in the optimizations. They can't shove in the new UI. They can't shove in any of this. Sorry. They can't shove in any of it because of the fact that apparently the game's spaghetti code would break. So, fix the spaghetti code. Spaghetti. I can't spell spaghetti, but there you go. Spaghetti code. Okay? Fix the spaghetti code. You're a game developer. This is your job. I shouldn't have to tell you that. Right? I should not have to tell them to fix their spaghetti code. Okay? Make it to where you can take... Okay, so I'm going to add this in the list too. Take the current optimizations. Oh, yeah. The current future optimization. So that's already up there. There you go. The future optimizations from the future till now. Yo. Okay, that's good. Let's address the UI problem. The UI is already inherently confusing. Inherently confusing. Okay? There is way too many tabs. Right? I'm just going to show you. Let's take an example. Let's look at how many event buttons there are, guys. Okay, so we got this one. It's covered by chat, but you can still see it. There's 1, 2, 3 for the different events. There's one right here, and there's one right here. Why do we have so many goddamn areas to get into the event? If you're going to add a quick select, can you add a quick select that's, you know, not dumb? Can you make it more, you know, obvious? So how do we fix this? How do we fix this, guys? The fact that they have spaghetti code is proof they don't optimize their updates. They just build on top? Yeah. They hide too many important stuff in the UI. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They hide too much shit in the UI. Okay? So look at this. I want to get to, for example, I want to get over to the material update. Let's see how many ways I can do that. I can go here, I can click on there, and I can hit material. Okay. That's one way to do it. Or I can hit battle. I can hit the floating reverie, and that takes you to the story. Well, what the fuck? The floating reverie is the event. Oh, what's this? Limited event? Yep, there's another one. Another one. And then there's this. There's this too. So, we need to optimize this. Okay? Stop having so many areas. Okay? So, how do we fix this? Make a new UI is honestly the best thing they could do. Right? Make a new UI that is more comprehensive. Rehensive. Okay, I can't spell. I'm dyslexic, okay? I can't spell and I can barely read sometimes. Today, that's one of them days, right? This is part of the new days. Honestly, the only way to fix the UI is to just make a new UI, to be honest. Right? Because this UI needs fucking work, okay? Let's be real. This UI needs work. It needs a lot of work. And the reason you're not hearing any music right now is because I'm going to add some in post. So, like, I'm trying to think of ways, chat. Anyone got any suggestions on how we fix the UI? Because they hide so much shit. Okay, top up is pretty obvious. Top up, that one's pretty obvious to me. Right? Members, clearly this is your construct list. You know? But you don't need an event tab clear over here as well. Like, I don't feel like this is necessary. This is extra bullshit that you don't need in the game. So, stop hiding so much shit in the UI. Stop hiding important info behind multiple tabs. Okay? Info slash information slash, I would say, one universal event tab. Yeah. One universal event tab is what they need. Anyone else got anything to say about the UI? Make it more comprehensive. Stop hiding important information. Right? Behind multiple tabs. You know, you shouldn't have to click through multiple things. Okay? I'll add it in for one universal event tab. Honestly, yeah. Event tab. Because I remember when I first started, it was so bad. Streamline the amount of clicks. Yep. Streamline the amount of clicks. 100%. One way in and one way out. Yep. I think that does it for the UI. Frankly speaking. Like I said, the UI, honestly, just can't be fixed. Not at all. It just really... I don't see a feasible way for the UI to be fixed. So, other than just making a new UI, and then here's some ideas on what you can do for the new UI. Alright, let's talk about the early game story. This one. Oh my god, this one. Oh my god, this one. Oh boy. They should put the story in actual order. I agree. Put the story in chronological order. Okay? Because the amount of content that you can skip, right? The amount of content you can skip that's important to the story on accident, is ridiculous. Okay? It is fucking insane. You know, you can skip massive pieces of dialogue because of how unoptimized the story is around. Okay, so let's take a look at this, okay? I'm gonna show. Okay, we got main story. This one's pretty obvious, you know. I'm about to start Across the Ruined Sea. But if you didn't know, you have to go all the way to side story. You're supposed to do these ones first, right? You're supposed to, but the game, well, it doesn't really tell you that. It doesn't give you that direction. So there's a lack of direction. So put the story in chronological order and add direction, right? Add some direction. I feel like add some direction for optional story. Okay? Add some fucking direction, because we need it. We don't need players losing info. I agree. Story critical dialogue. Yeah, 100%. That's why I said optional story that people care about. Add some direction for it, okay? That includes interludes. That includes everything else. Let's talk about the story by itself. Revamp the first 8 chapters. Get rid of the hidden stories completely. Does anyone disagree? I can't spell. Does anyone disagree with getting rid of the hidden stories and revamping the first 8 chapters? I don't think anyone's gonna disagree with that. You dum-dum? Yeah, sorry, Sakurama. What can I say? I'm dyslexic. I already mentioned this. Nah, I don't think anyone disagrees. This is a massive complaint, and I know they're not going to address it, but I'm going to add it in, to be honest, because I don't care. Or they merge it into one. Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree. Merge into one, but get rid of stupid, playable, air quotations here, boss. Okay, I like that. Thank you. Why are stories hidden in the first place? It's an action game, not a fighting game with hidden paths. Yo, and to be honest, it's not even hidden because it's mandatory. They just call it hidden. At least make it optional if I don't want to give a fuck to the boss's backstory. Yo, that's an option too. / make it optional. Okay? That's a great idea for the hidden stories. Okay? Because then I can hit the skip button because that shit sucked. Okay, that shit was awful. I didn't give a fuck about the bosses. I did not feel bad at all. Granted, to get rid of hidden stories around like chapter 16, if I'm recalling, chat, correct me if I'm wrong. They finally did away with them, but that's a lot of chapters to fucking go through to get out of the hidden story bullshit. That is a lot of bullshit that you have to run through. Could you hit the skip story button? Yes. Should you have to? No. For real? That what they doing in the CN news stories, I guess? But all I knows it says, like, chapter 16, they got rid of hidden story, right? They got rid of it. They put all the information in to the main stories. They made it longer. It works. It's good. I like it. But the first 8 chapters are fucking terrible. They need better storytelling. They need completely revamped. It needs better information. It needs better storytelling. The pacing needs a lot more work. You know, the first 8 chapters are what really turned this game off for a lot of people. And the people who stay just hit skip story. And it's depressing because the story is actually really good after the first 8. I'm going to be real. Is messed up because when you complete the first, second, go for third, you have to do the first hard. Now you have to go back and do the forward thing. Yeah, so you have to go back and forth between the hidden story. So get rid of hidden story. Or make it optional, you know? Make it not cost 24 serum so people don't get so pissed off. Don't make you go back and forth. So figure a way to optimize this shit. I'm gonna need a drink after this. A whiskey. Or tequila. Probably vodka. Or at least I don't think the hidden story idea was a bad idea. I just think instead of making it 2 separate stories for 1 chapter, I think they just condense it into 1 chapter. That's what they did. That's what they did, Kasumi. Why do you think Surviving Lusum was so long? Right? So as of Surviving Lusum, right? So let me just pull it up. Okay, so Evernight Beat, what you would argue is a lot shorter. Okay? Until you see that there's a hidden. Well, guess what doesn't have a hidden? But it's a lot longer. Yo, Surviving Lusum. There is no hidden at all. So, yo, add some there you go. They added it to the main story and made it comprehensive. And I liked what they did. I prefer a longer story. I would too. Think this was the last this patch or the last one? That's only as of a certain point, right, Kazuki? Because I promise you, hidden story still, after the Hanyang update, hidden stories still costed 24, and main still cost 15. This shit like no one's length, thank you. No one's was okay. No one's, I will say, it's overstayed its welcome, but the hidden story would have made it just as long, Kazuki. So there's, yeah. Did the FPS thing work? No. It turned it down to 60. It was bad. VSync is stupid. That's just a personal gripe. Don't take that for the content of the video. Let's talk about endgame content. This is a big one. Okay? I'm going to address this in the full video later. So you guys should all go check out the very last, the video later on. Okay? Go talk about it later on. Go watch the final product. Because I'm going to edit in some parts of me just talking and being like, yo, so I talked about my chat and stuff, you know. So I'm going to edit in some parts. There's something that I have to show you guys from a content creator. I'm not going to address it here. I've already gave a breakdown here before I made the video. And I'm going to address it more in the video, in length. So, their story production has gotten twice as better. So, endgame content. Make Babel Tower permanent. Does anyone disagree? How do you spell permanent? Permanent. I can't spell permanent, but you get the idea. Make it permanent. Permanent. Okay, there you go. Yo, I can't spell shit, okay? Stop triggering my PTSD. Make Babel Tower a permanent feature that resets every 2 weeks. Okay? That's a great idea. The one event that I don't mind is being recycled. Yeah. Make it a permanent event that recycles every 2 weeks, okay? Because this game doesn't have enough. Okay, what do we have for endgame content if you beat everything? Let me show you what you got for endgame content, right? You beat everything, you clear the events, you still want to play PGR. You go here, you go to Celica's class, you hit simulated trial, and you set it to 12K. Okay? That's your endgame. You know, these are optional, by the way. This is your one-time reward for clearing the bosses. One time. Right? 10 black cards, 2 memories, and 3,000 cogs. A one-time thing. You don't get anything for clearing it on 12K. So make an endgame, another endgame mode. Because you don't have anything other than Fantasia and Curse Waves. And those have limits. Right? They don't have a rotatable rewards that's optional. You know, Norman exists too, obviously. Nobody likes Norman. Okay, people do like Norman. Some people like Norman. I don't like Norman personally, but the point is, there you go. You could, something like that. Okay, so make Babel Tower a permanent feature that resets like every 2 weeks. I don't think anybody would complain about that. Yo, there's an event coming up. Make the DMC future event permanent. How do you fucking spell permanent? I'm gonna get fucking... Oh, I'm gonna get fucking mad if I don't spell it right. There we go. Make this permanent. Make the DMC future event permanent. The style one. Okay? The style event where you're styling on bosses. You don't want Babel around 24/7? That's why I said make it reset every 2 weeks like Spiral Abyss. Right, Kasumi? Make it reset. Make it optional content. Like Memory of Chaos, like Pure Fiction in HSR, or Spiral Abyss in Genshin Impact. That's the same as it being around 24/7? Yeah, but it's only optional content you don't have to do. Make the DMC future event where you're styling on enemies, though, make that a permanent game mode as well. Okay? Because the game needs more game modes, okay? And this is an event that I saw Rexlant playing. I saw a little bit of Rexlant playing it, and it looked very fun. I'm going to be honest, it looked very fun. And guess what? There's a content creator that agrees with me. Yo, Future Mimic, go ahead and throw a clip image of that up on screen. Okay? And we'll talk about that in the video too. Or we don't know it yet, but the DMC mode will be permanent. Or like we want the game mode that's not about DPS and PPC. Yeah. So PPC and Warzone, we don't need more. Okay, we don't need not stuff like PPC and Warzone. Okay? We don't want ranking based shit. Okay? Without leaderboards. No leaderboards. Purely for fun content, for fuck's sake. Okay? Because if you don't do it, then the whales are going to dominate the features of the game. You know, just give a set amount of rewards. Look at Honkai Star Rail and Genshin as reference. Do something like that. No leaderboards. You beat the content. You get the rewards. It resets. There's an endgame mode, okay? So do something like that. We don't need any more fucking leaderboards. We got PPC and Warzone for that. How can I show my PP then? With Warzone and PPC. Little solo if I have to? No. No. Okay, does anyone else want to add anything? Does anyone else want to add anything? Because I think this is a great way to fix Punishing Grey Raven. So, I was talking about the DMC future event. I told Future Mimic to add it in. Future Mimic says he doesn't want to edit the video as much as possible. So, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull this up. Yo, so there's this content creator that you guys might be familiar with named Blanc. And, I don't know how many of you know Blanc, but he's pretty famous in the PGR community. Specifically for making content on fighting. So, he made a video that I watched called This Could Make the Game Fun Again. And he made a comment on his video and pinned it saying PGR, in my opinion, sorely lacks an identity or something that is uniquely PGR. While it's true that the gameplay is nice and the music is exceptional, the former doesn't often get the chance to take the center stage, and the latter is also true for many other gacha games in the scene. However, that might change with the inclusion of the Devil May Cry-esque mode that encourages you to be stylish and creative with your gameplay. We've already seen footage of it from the beta period, and the reception has been overwhelmingly positive. This mode has a lot of potential and could potentially be what will cement PGR as your go-to place for a fast-paced action mobile game. Imagine this. In the future, the mode is a permanent mode, the bosses go on a rotation, and you get to fight the boss versions of playable characters like this Lee that you're seeing in CW Alpha, and the devs run a monthly community contest where you upload videos of your runs. If the devs can execute this and play it to their strength, I can easily see PGR's popularity being skyrocketed. Now, I think the devs doing this and doing a community contest is fine. I don't want to see them giving away a shit ton of rewards, though. Personally, myself, I mean, I understand the incentive. Or do. But do something, okay? Like that. So, Blanc stated it best. I'll link him down in the description below, if you're curious. And so, this is what I think Punishing Gray Raven needs. He's basically asking for leaderboard rewards. Yeah, so let's not do that, though. Let's leave that part out. I was reading his whole content, right? We don't need the leaderboard, to be honest, Blanc. I'm going to be real. If you ever see this, I don't think we need that. But, everything else, I think that is fine. Everything else you said was fine, except for that last little bit, in my opinion, right? In my opinion, I don't think we need that last little bit, but everything else was completely right? We need something to make PGR a go-to action mobile game for people. And so this has been my thoughts on how to fix Punishing Gray Raven. Hope you guys liked the video. I made it with my community over at twitch.tv/MimicSouls. You can check me out there. And with that being said, everybody, I'm going to wrap this YouTube video up. Hope you all enjoyed. And go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.